that. Let's give you the markets update now. The JSE looking set to follow mixed global trade with sentiment still fragile as investors contemplate the chances of the world's largest economy falling into a recession in the coming months. Makwe Masilela is Chief Investment Officer and founder at Makwe Fund Managers. Joins us now to take us through some of the market moves. Ntate Masilela, happy Thursday to you. It's cold outside. I'm not sure whether the markets have anything to do with that. Give us your sense of how they are shaping up in early trade. Have they priced in the interest rate hikes after the CPI exceeded forecasts?
I think we are gradually doing that, and good morning to you and to the viewers. And it's cold in the markets because the free fall is continuing, and we are catching all that coldness that came out of the US yesterday. I mean, for a big economy like that to confirm that there's a possibility of a recession, clearly that definitely gets the markets to worried, and we know that it's all because of this high inflation and people, what they are doing, the central bankers, they're behind the curve, they're trying to catch up. Hence, they started to aggressively increase interest rates, and that has a potential to tip the global economies into a recession. And it was confirmed yesterday during the testimony of the US Fed chair. And yes, our local CPI didn't also help the situation, just like the UK one, which also reached a 40-year high. So yes, markets are kind of trying to reprice. Hence, we see the fall continuing this morning.
Yeah, let's talk commodities. Oil prices sinking to around 1.5% in early trade. What's influencing these market moves?
I think it started yesterday and is continuing this morning. And yesterday it was mainly because the U.S., they were saying that the president thereof will propose a suspension of their federal gasoline tax, and also will encourage other states as well to cut or suspend some fuel tax. And this is what we've been doing back home here when it comes to the general fuel levy. Then we saw oil prices dropping. And now with issues or concerns about a recession, then that tells you that if the economies are not growing fully, then definitely there won't be demand out there. So hence we see the fall when it comes to Brent crude continuing, and we thought that at some point China will help, but with them we don't see the outlook looking okay, because when it comes to the restrictions because of the COVID-19 concerns. So it's all more about the demand not looking pretty okay. Hence we see prices going down.
Let's talk company news. Building and Construction Materials Group, that's Sipaco, they have more than doubled their profits. Talk us through their numbers. They must be a very happy bunch.
They are a very happy bunch indeed, And the guys, basically what they've done, after the easing of the lockdown restrictions, we started seeing some pick-up when it comes to the demand, and that coming mainly from household. But yes, they knew that that will be temporary and at some point should normalize. And also now they also got a boost when it comes to the commodity prices, the cycle thereof when it was booming. But the Ukraine-Russian situation dampened the mood. But now the guys' profitability has mainly been driven by increased revenue and also lower finance charges. Hence, you see the group revenue up 23.9%, net profit after tax up 125%, and their profits as headline earnings per share up 190%.
Let's conclude the conversation with SACCI publishing the latest outcomes from the May Trade Conditions Survey. Make sense of their findings for us.
Not a bad one, because year on year you see an increase of 6%. Yes, it's still almost 0.4% lower than the pre-COVID levels, but that's a decent improvement. But going forward, it's not looking okay, because you look 6 months into the future, the guys are worried about the expectations because of the low volumes that they've been seeing, and also because of low new orders. And also the guys are worried about the inflation as it continues to affect them, increasing the cost, and the guys are struggling to some extent to push it through to the consumers, and also worried about the likes of electricity, supply chain constraints, and also the back home here, the guys are more worried about the load shedding, but generally it's a decent improvement.
Makwe Masilela is Chief Investment Officer and founder at Makwe Fund Managers. Thank you very much for that markets update.